is now time for the rematch of last season's lower bracket final. Complexity look to keep their march going and take on NRG in the next round. But ahead of them is a team little known as Cloud9.
Should be tasty, because according to Axeltoss, this is going to be the piest match.
This is going to be the greatest pie. What sort of pie?
I don't know. I didn't get that detailed. Now that Axeltoss...
I like my pies complex. You won't
Cloud9,
give me anything, so we're going for a putt.
Cloud9 and Complexity. All right, as far as two teams that I really would love to see go against each other, I think I've said that about every match, so I guess I should stop saying that because it's just a useless sentence. Complexity, they're a team I've always enjoyed watching because, again, they have such a unique play style. But we see what Cloud9's been able to execute. We haven't really seen them in top form in, I'd say, quite some time, but this is their time to show it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like yesterday was the best form we've seen them in all season. Same could be possibly said for Complexity. A lot was an offensive monster. As Metanaris and Complexity will start off the match in offense, but that's going to be a mistouch, meaning that they're forced to play the ball all the way back to rebuild. Magnus, uncontested, takes an early shot. It could be behind Squishy, who is already there. Just going to choose to steal some boost. There's the infield pass. It's not too good, though. Those infield passes very dangerous if you end up missing the target because they can be intercepted and launched long. Two-place commit, but Torment can recover. Everyone back now for Cloud9. Metanaris does miss his touch. Gimmick will be beat to it. Gets called off a little bit too early. Opening minute, starting off with pressure from Complexity, but they haven't really turned it into much of anything just yet.
Both teams playing pretty slowly. I don't want to say slowly, but definitely not as aggressive as I know they can. Oh, but Mets going for the corner, but it unfortunately bounces right back into his car.
A lot misses. Squishy, ball on his hood. One of the best 1v1 players in the world he is. You do not want to give him too much space. There's the shot, but a lot comes in. Final second, clears the ball. First opportunity of the game. Magnus misses. Another whiff could cost them. There's Metanaris just saving. And now a lot with a shot of his own, but there's going to be Squishy just in time. We've gone from no shots to all of the shots. Neither team able to find the net, but there's going to be Squishy with his chance. And he will nail it.
It seemed like each time they had a counterattack, they just got a little bit closer every time until finally a defender just couldn't make the reach. You saw on the backboard Magnus really wanting to make it. Probably didn't have a lot of boost. I don't think he did. He had about 6 by the time that goal went in.
Just gone back to the boost. He thought Metanaris was going to get a win on the challenge.
Oh, no.
You have to play at a fast pace, but sometimes you need to make sure that everything else on your team is going well before you commit to trying to go for the shiny thing. Metanaris, big clear from him. So Lot's going to keep the ball up high. They've pushed it all the way down the line. It can be very difficult to set up your play from there. But Complexity going to try and make it work right now. Squishy struggling to find a way out. So Gimmick will come in. Big challenge. Will create a loose ball for Squishy to try and take on. Now Gimmick up. He's hit the negative angle, but a lot is just about there. Tries to play the ball over to Metanaris. Now Magnus up high. Trying to find someone in the midfield. Metanaris does whiff the ball, though.
It's a good attempt, though. Essentially, he knew Squishy was challenging that, and he saw how fast Cloud9 were able to start challenging the ball, so he even knew he had to get there as quickly as possible. He didn't get the touch, but it's still great try.
A lot now. Puts the ball straight down. Torment can easily take that one. Seems like a little bit too obvious right now where they're trying to put the ball. Cloud9 able to put everyone back. There's the infield pass that they became so well known for. Can't pick up a goal there, but they now know that they're going to be able to find the space to use it. Here is a lot. First touch, too loose. Gimmick can not only take the ball, but he can take it under his control. Past one. Magnus already around. There's a lot on the far side. Came out of nowhere. Blocked, though. Here is a lot with the pass straight up to the middle, but it is lofted way too high. 2 minutes left now. Still 1 goal separates. And Cloud9's defense looking incredibly solid.
Getting the hard clears they need, but Magnus, he is staying back when he knows it's probably not a great idea to challenge. Oh! All 3 defenders from Cloud9. I didn't think this would make it through. Yeah. But now that I'm looking through, they were all struggling for boost. Only one of them had boost, and it was Squishy with 27.
Just sometimes you need to leave someone on that back line who can move forward and take themselves a decent save. Complexity able to get a goal back. Roughly about that time as well that Cloud9 could really start to fully focus on defense. That's very good from them. Be able to pull this back to an even game. Metanaris trying to hunt down Gimmick, and actually, Gimmick with the riposte. Turns around, gets himself the demo on his chaser. That's Norris now in the corner. He's got Gimmick hunting. There's Squishy looking for a pass into the middle. It's going to just go way too high. On the other side is Torment. Infield pass was his choice. A lot now. Trying to get the drop down. Still available for a shot, but everyone from Complexity already back. Good example of that 2-1 defense that Complexity like to employ.
At this point, Cloud9 know that they can overwhelm Complexity. The shots are pretty much even. 4 for Cloud9.
Oh wow,
5 for
Squishy's taking it past. He's got an open goal. 2 goals to 1.
And there's the challenge. You see this often, especially from 1v1 players. He got there so quick, his recovery, able to get underneath the ball to pop it around that final defender. That Complexity defender knew he had no choice. I mean, you had the challenge that, or you're dealing with Squishy full control in a 1v1 situation. That he was just hoping to get there in time, but Squishy was just too fast.
Now with 44 seconds remaining, Complexity need to get themselves back on the offense. That miss will not help them out a lot. Tries to power boot the ball to the other end of the field as Mercenaries will follow up. Just playing this game incredibly fast, Complexity, but I just don't think they've got the positioning right. Maybe playing too fast for their own good. A lot will be there, so is Magnus. Both of them beat. There's a shot from Gimmick, put up high. Mercenaries forced to jump early because he didn't want to get demoed. And now an opportunity to try and make it a 2-goal game. As Mercenaries will push the ball over to the corner.
You saw how many players had to get committed for that. Cloud9 knows this is their chance to continue on the onslaught, and they will. Torment, the third man, will come in to make it a 2-goal game.
And that will all but confirm game number 1 for Cloud9. Complexity just having no answer in this opening matchup. It just seems like Cloud9's positioning is just a little bit better right now. They're reading the game well, and they're not committing to plays that they just don't need to.
Talking about last time we saw Complexity, just yesterday, a lot scoring, what was it, 90% of the goals for his team, 80% of the goals? It was a lot.
It was, and I hate his name still.
Yep.
It's been many a season, and I still can't stand it.
It was a bunch.
It was
He scored
very many.
A very many amount of goals.
It just doesn't help, does it?
It really honestly doesn't. He just makes us sound like idiots. But you can see here, clearly not the same situation. Magnus was able to put one up for his team, and a lot still did have the most amount of shots. And you'll notice the way he's positioning is a little bit different. He's mentioned since we've been here, he doesn't really want to play as far up as he has been. He'd like to be more a little rotation heavy, but I think his team's getting a little comfortable with how they've been performing, and right before LAN is not the time to change your entire playstyle. So he's still playing very aggressive, and he is their front man pretty much all the time, but it's not where he usually is. He's not on that backboard just sitting and waiting for a pass. He's staying closer to his team, but I think it's also because people started to learn how to deal with what Complexity had to offer.
Well, I really want to highlight Squishy right now. An incredible first game for him. Just seems so comfortable in the field. Happy to just turn around and go for those challenges, and it seems like something that Europe is kind of struggling with today, where they believe they've got an easier touch than they do. They take their time, they try and position it, but suddenly someone's there in front of them, and then they get beat. Game number 2 is about to get started. Complexity needs to try and settle into their own rhythm. I personally believe trying to play too fast in the last game. They just couldn't quite get it down. That's Norris, forced to try and cover for him. Pretty weak touch there from Magnus, and now Squishy could start this game off. A whisker away from getting it, but now he's bumping away at everybody from Complexity. Start it off, here's Mercenaries over to the corner. Not gonna last for too long, a lot, infield pass, he's got Magnus to aim for. Magnus has an entire goal to aim at, and that is a 1-0 to Complexity.
I mean, you talk about midfield passes. Look at how far that was from Torment. He had dropped so far back, and that is where Cloud9 will get punished. Torment does feel comfortable on defense, but when he's that far from his shot, there is literally nothing he can do.
Definitely is the case that Complexity can force a 2v1 in the defense. It'll be a very good spot to try and convert. The difficult part is getting Torment 2v1 in the defense. Definitely seems like Cloud9 are doing a much better job this part of the season of covering Torment, not forcing him to do as much work. Gimmick wins the race to the ball. Torment looking to try and find a way through a lot. He's got plenty of boost to try and follow this, so Complexity can try and build something here. There's a lot, fails to get a block. Long clear, he's actually got it straight over. There's another person around, into the net. What? Cloud9, you are insane!
How was anyone even up for this? Gimmick finding Squishy Muffins, who drops that straight back down. He's able to put it under both Complexity defenders, and they'll tie up this game. 4 minutes left.
No pressure and no hope there for Complexity. Caught sleeping. I feel like they believed that the touch that ended up being the pass was going to be a shot. And they just got caught sleeping a little bit. Didn't have anyone around who could turn and get over to the ball, but incredible vision from Cloud9. Now Torment up high. Gimmick's already there. Win will go over to Alot, who has got a chance to go in his favor. So Alot will take the shot. Not quite good enough to beat Squishy, but the pressure's still on for Complexity. Gimmick trying to push to the corner. Does win the challenge as well. He's won it convincingly. This is going to force Complexity all the way back to their side and potentially an opportunity for Cloud9 to turn the tables on their opponents. Squishy finding the backboard, but Magnus already there.
That challenge from Gimmick was massive. 2 of his teammates had no boost.
All the way out. Squishy straight down the line. Magnus just trying to feather his boost. Unable to fake out Torment. Then the half volley off the backboard. Will be caught in the midfield. Opportunity for a double tap, and it will be nailed by Magnus.
Yesterday, I heard a lot, even he was getting cheeky with his teammates right before today started, saying, hey, you guys gonna score some? Magnus said, yeah, you know what? It's gonna be the best one you've seen from our team here in the World Championship. Magnus coming up.
I don't like that that's becoming a reoccurring mechanic that we see. The double taps off the backboards. Incredible gameplay. Now Complexity have their lead re-established, but we saw how quickly Cloud9 responded last time. Looking to do it yet again. The shot is available, but the save just there. Alot, if he had a little bit more boost, could have taken an early shot for himself, as Alot tries to fake it out. Had a little bit of a flashback there to the last time these guys played on this stage. Alot, I'm sure he hasn't forgotten either. Squishy Muffins with the goal of the tournament last season with that fake out aerial flip reset shot. I mean, there's so many little add-on words to that it's a little bit insane in amongst itself. Torment was a shot on target, but Alot will be there. Now Squishy gets a shot all the way down, but Metsnaris wants to put it over to the corner behind him. The miss there from Torment might mean that Complexity can escape, and they will. Big clear, and Alot will try and chase. It's actually available to try and put a pass over Metsnaris. It's over the top of him. Big clear, but Magnus all the way back.
Cloud9 not having as much control this time. This back pass is Squishy to his teammate, but right now, they don't have a lot of targets to pass to. They're clearing it up, but it's right into the hands of Complexity.
Magnus finally there, but Squishy, big block from him. Keeps the ball loose over into the middle. Bounce off the backboard with no challenge, and finally Torment is there. Over to the middle. Oh! Squishy! The pass was better than anybody expected or anyone could even get to. Big chance there from Cloud9. Now Gimmick trying to go over the top. Minute and 10 remaining. Squishy trying to go all the way by himself. He's going to win the challenge, and he got the flip reset, just sort of showing it off. Seems to be a rule that you just flip anyway. Just say, I got it, lads. I could have done it if I wanted to.
You just got to let everybody know.
Follow up from Alot. He was always going to be beat in that situation. And now Metsnaris' touch, not great. Going to allow the shot to come in, but there is Magnus out of nowhere. They've got to try and get Alot back because they have got everybody from Cloud9 swarming. And you can see he is finally on the goal line, but he has missed the ball.
He's the only one with boost as well. They need him back. Magnus was able to get just enough, but it's not much of a clear.
And Alot's touch once again, still not phenomenal. He's got a good block, but it might have bought just enough time for Complexity, and it looks like it has. Magnus now able to play over in the middle. There's Alot just there.
Cloud9 dropped so far back after those shots. I'm surprised. I guess they wanted a full team reset to try and get a counterattack against Complexity.
Metsnaris tries to clear. 13 seconds now. Still a lot to play for. Magnus over in the corner. Alot will be taken out, but that puts him back in defense. Now Torment and the rest of Cloud9 have got to try and carry the ball across the entire field. Torment straight down. Squishy beats Alot. Gimmick's going to have to try and chase this one as Magnus puts the ball straight down. We are one game apiece.
Complexity were able to keep their cool, but a couple of times I thought Cloud9 had more control. I watched them drop all the way back with 30 seconds left. They had Complexity. 2 of them had under 20 boosts. Alot was the only one that had something, and he's the last touch that really helped bail them out of it. I think Magnus, he got just enough to get up there and push it to the midfield line, but then a lot spent to everything to get that last touch for the clear. Had Cloud9 intercepted that, would that have been enough to push through Complexity? We will never find out, but dropping that far back, I'd like to think they had a different motive that I'm unaware of, because it's not really like them.
No, it really isn't. Maybe they are that trusting in Magnus, who is usually so good on the defensive side, that they're willing to put that sort of pressure on him. But you are right, Carpet. It was so close so many times. A thunderous double tap being the only difference between the two teams in that second matchup. And effectively, we turn ourselves into a best of 3 between these teams. Remember, NRG awaits in the upper bracket finals. The loser still has another chance. They'll be dropped down to the lower bracket, but nobody wants to be there.
And even in control, it was 5 shots for Complexity and 6 for Cloud9. Cloud9 had 1 more, but when you look at games with shots that low, it's really all about the one moment you really found to seize the shot opportunity. And Complexity just found that 1 more.
Both teams have been trying to outpace each other and outwit each other this entire time. Crowd starts to cheer for the Europeans a lot. He's got a chance to start off, and that is 1-0.
Kicking it off early on. But something interesting, Complexity's actually only won by a single goal every game they've ever played at LAN. So they're opening off really early on.
I mean, it's sort of a motif of theirs of, let's win, but let's never convince anyone that we're really that great.
They're just they're in it for the long con. They want to make it to the grand finals and then convince everybody that they're not that good.
The fake kickoff was attempted to start this match off by Cloud9, but immediately blocked. Poor touch there from Magnus, but Metznaris is there in support. A lot thinking about it, but can just flip, continue his rotation back. 2 players committed, but there is the infield pass, forcing the save. Opportunity to build now for C9. There is Gimmick. There is a phenomenal shot. You don't place them any better.
Cloud9, man, every time they find themselves a goal down, they don't even hesitate to keep up the pressure. That drop down from Torment, he calculated the exact distance it was between him and both defenders from Complexity. And he kept that such a gentle touchdown that Gimmick was able to slice it between them both.
I mean, Gimmick's shot, you look at it and you just think he was going to smash it, but instead it was just a little boop. Move the ball on, and now 2 goals to 1. Gimmick stepping up in the opening minutes.
Gimmick, the player that has seriously come to show, even if he might not be as flashy, he is the striker for this team, and he's showing it immediately on return from Complexity's opening goal.
3 goals. We're not even a minute into this 3rd matchup. Squishy. Ball to the side. Metznaris tries to go all the way back. Be on target, but Magnus can take the ball under his own control. 0 boost on Metznaris to his side, which means he'll probably be taking it by himself. Straight down, Torment clears long. He's actually got Squishy to aim for. Squishy has the boost for this. Oh, just couldn't quite get there. He had a little bit, but he gave him 30. He probably would have nailed that.
It's still enough to open up plenty of opportunity right now. Complexity's had to use so much boost, but they do finally push it out of their half.
Big challenge win from Metznaris. Squishy pushing to the far side. Magnus already there covering that side of the field. As Complexity tried to find a way to tie this game back up. Gimmick now, 1-on-1 against Metznaris. It's going to go pretty even, which therefore means the team with the closest player around will take control. That was Cloud9. Drop straight down, Torment. We'll be happy to see Gimmick come and take control of that ball. There's a lot off the side of the wall. This is an opportunity for an infield, but there is Squishy taking it away. Now Torment will continue with the ball downfield. There is Gimmick, but he just isn't there in time. As a lot pushes the ball away, but still, Cloud9 have an opportunity to try and turn up a 2-goal lead, but now to the other end of the pitch. Will it be? No! Torment there on time, and a lot cannot make contact with the ball. So close for both teams. Now Metznaris. Just a little bit too loose. You have to be very direct to get past these sort of defenses.
Somehow Complexity, even when I watch, and I can tell they all have no boost, I'm looking through their player cams, and they still were able to get the clears and still somehow make them shots on the net that are threatening enough to force Cloud9 to drop back and use enough boost.
Squishy doesn't make contact, but Metznaris in a lot. hitting each other means that there will be no follow-up. Magnus trying to push it aside. They do not want Cloud9 to take control of this ball. Try to take it all the way around. Metznaris finally clearing the lines for Complexity. Follow-up shot is there for a lot. Simple drop down, 2 goals apiece.
You know, there's so many times a player's going to go for this. And you're watching this defender from Cloud9 come across, and you might second guess yourself, especially when it's Gimmick. You know what he's capable of, and he had the boost to get that. But a lot just tried to ignore him, close him out of his mind, take the shot anyways, and it will pay off for him. Tied game 2-2.
Now a lot's already up, but yet again, it's off the backboard. No time to waste. These teams have been scoring almost immediately off kickoffs quite often. Squishy finally getting rid. Wants to try and follow up, but he will be beat. A lot to the corner yet again. There is going to be a shot from Magnus, not quite there. Wanted to take the shot before Gimmick could finally rotate into a good position. But a lot starting to seem very comfortable in this series. Metznaris is all the way past. He doesn't have the boost, but is there a teammate? No, Magnus not there. Now Torment with a long booming shot is not on target, but a lot. He does not want to take any risks with that whatsoever. Torment's second touch still might set up for Gimmick, but now finally cleared. Squishy got plenty of time, or does he? No, there is a lot. Magnus has also stole the back boost. No control there from Complexity. Infield pass is there. Metznaris, though, wins the challenge.
The passing plays from Complexity are really starting to show right now.
Oh, off the crossbar. Now it's going to be a doink. Could it go the entire way? No. Just over to the side. As there's Metznaris. Finally clearing. Maybe the pace is slowing down, or maybe it's not. Another shot, still not on target. It's going to basically be who can take their chance better. Magnus jumping early. Come straight down. There might not be anyone back. It's an open net. Just there, Gimmick. Still, somehow, some way, keeps this game at 2 goals apiece. Who will break? It looks like it'll be Cloud9.
At this point, Cloud9 were just running out of options. One with 0 boost, one with 17, and one with 50. They had to hope the Gimmick was the one that was in net, and he was just underneath that shot. Magnus, give Complexity the lead.
But Carpet, this game is anything but over. We saw in the opening minute so many goals in the open. And now, Squishy tries to put it long. Looks like the final chance will go to Cloud9. And attempt to clear. Gimmick's on that far side, misses the ball. Torment, we forced to watch as the ball is lofted over the top of him. Will it be? As it goes all the way long, the ball must touch the floor before we are over, and it's not quite. The smoke screen almost completely fooling us. The Complexity are up to match point.
1 goal game?
1 goal game.
Complexity want to keep to the pattern. And in that game, Torment was able to get his 100th career goal. So it's still a pretty big moment for him. He's been playing this game a lot. We know that he's a veteran player. But right now, I mean, look at how close this gets. It is just constantly trading possession back and forth. Shots a little bit more in favor of Complexity, but only by 3. I don't know if I'd really call that a dominant fashion. It really just seems to be who is making that. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard to say, Shogun. What are you seeing?
Well, apparently, that's Complexity's 8th 1-goal win at LAN.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely insane. Complexity, they don't do anything convincingly, but boy, have they put on a show. And just as they did against Cloud9 last season, what a heck of a show it really is. Cloud9, really, I mean, I'm looking at this, and usually when we sit here in this position, Carpet, we can sit here and just go, oh, they're doing this wrong, and they're doing this wrong. I don't know right now what Cloud9 are doing wrong. I feel like this is just 2 teams playing at their best, seeing which one comes out on top.
Well, the less mistakes that are made, obviously, gets harder for us to actually pinpoint. It really just comes down to a single decision, generally, or a slow breakdown of positioning and boost usage, and really just trying to starve somebody out, and not even always just by stealing boost, which makes it harder to see. It's not even just, hey, I stole all your boost and now you're screwed. It's really sometimes just, I've taken so many shots that even with boost, you have to use all of it, and we're still there for the challenge.
A lot's going to start this game off with possession. I'll point out that because of those 8 wins, that means that every single game that Complexity have won at this LAN has been by a single goal. Cloud9 will try and respond. Squishy off the backboard. Metznaris and a lot both committed. They do have control of the boost, though. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Sacked with a lot with a big block. Gonna try and do it yet again, but Squishy sort of looks at him, maybe with a setup, drops straight down, but Gimmick will be there first. A lot turning around. Trying to dance away from the Sharks just surrounding him. Backboard. Much slower pace to this game so far. There's a lot. Shot on target. Squishy can't get there! 1 minute gone. 1 goal to Complexity.
They even had Metznaris here in the midfield for support, but the moment a lot saw Torment coming up at the positioning of Squishy, Squishy got close, but I think he got a little antsy, wanting to take control, not thinking that Complexity would turn it around in midfield so quickly. They challenged it and stopped it, immediately passed it, and even had 2 more options.
Flick off the backboard. Magnus tries to get there. He's managed to win. There's an opportunity there, but however, Metznaris wants to stay back. He's going to try and bide his time. All the way back out. Shot is available. There is going to be Magnus, though, turning the ball away from his own net. Now Metznaris, sort of the quiet player, really, from Complexity throughout this tournament. He's doing his role well. Over to the corner. A lot is going to be calling for that. Very close and very risky. Could definitely have been beat or even challenged and have the ball ricochet in his own net.
CLOUD9 trying to do the same. Again, challenging in midfield and immediately...
Is anyone back? It's going to be passed all the way out. Magnus just in position. If Gimmick could have put that a little bit higher, a little bit more of a tight angle, nobody could have got to that one from Complexity, but that's a big free jump and an even bigger block. Cloud9 do not want to give away this opportunity. Shot straight down the middle, and Magnus has it red.
You saw how early he had to come out for that. How far away from net that shot was. A lot's going to be there and turn it in. Magnus dropping it straight to his teammate. That's a 2-goal lead.
Just out of nowhere. Cloud9 can't reposition themselves after the prolonged offensive pressure. And a lot now has himself a brace. 2 minutes and 50 remaining. 2-goal lead to Complexity. What can Cloud9 do to find their way back? The infield pass seems like it's being read. Have they got themselves a plan B? Squishy is up. Wins the challenge. There's Torment still. Gonna go up for this one. Off the backboard, but once again, just every single time there's a shot, there's a block there from Complexity. Big chance, Gimmick can't take it. There's Torment though. Off the top of Metznaris'
with
car.
no boost.
You got no boost. It's a good way of getting up there, and that is that backboard. Time is ticking away now. Metznaris skies that one. Torment, he's got Gimmick over as an option, and what an option it is!
Met still wasn't able to grab almost any boost from the last time he took that challenge. Torment getting that all the way up to Gimmick, who also patiently took that shot, kept it nice and high, right underneath the crossbar. 1-goal game, 2 minutes remain.
Snap your fingers, and suddenly Cloud9 are able to get themselves on the offense and make it count. There's going to be a lot looking for his hat trick. He's going to fake it out. It's going to go in. Magnus gets the credit.
A fake out from a lot. I always want to know how intentional these are. This will look pretty intentional.
All right, let's take a look.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
That help.
That's a hard call. Either way, it works out. Complexity back to a 2-goal lead. They take this. They'll stay in the upper bracket.
What is it about the RLCS stage that suddenly just brings out the best from Complexity? There's Squishy, long. Metznaris will be forced to save, but there is Gimmick as well. A lot able to cover. Remember, not a single time throughout this entire game have we seen a lot cover that backboard. This is not something they want to do this LAN. But once again, here's the play that they scored from last time. This time a set straight down. Is available to take a shot.
Complexity know what they're
Oh, that's it!
Oh!
It is far from over, Carpet. 2-goal lead means nothing to Cloud9. They have done this before.
Just when they thought they had control, Torment's there to challenge at midfield. beating out, I believe that was Meth before he can get his own second touch. But you can see how early Complexity want to challenge Cloud9 when they're on offense. They know how good they are at the midfield passing plays, and that's the current meta right now. A lot's going to try and drop this from the ceiling.
Time still on the side of Cloud9. They can bring this back. Squishy, tap straight down, won't be on target, but the follow-up can be there and just sits right on top of Magnus's car. Anywhere else, and I feel like Cloud9 have evened up this game as they still probe for a way through the Complexity armor.
Keeping it away from the wall, forcing that boost usage from Complexity.
Into the corner, Complexity will just send one player now to try and waste time. Keep rotating that player in and out. Gimmick, far side, there will be nobody over there for Cloud9. Their opportunities are starting to run fit. Metznaris just trying to keep this as close to the ceiling as he possibly can. It forces boost uses, it forces more time to be wasted. That's going to go far side, and a lot. Things better are trying to commit.
13 seconds.
Have Cloud9 got one final ace up their sleeve? Magnus gonna force the challenge. It's all the way to the other side. A lot leaves it for Metznaris. This is still loose. Torment wins the challenge. Gimmick now puts it over to the side. Is anyone there? Yes, there was, but no shot comes through.